Welcome to Rhinos and Aliens.
Yo, so is Eminem ever gonna reply to Nick Cannon or what? Bro, how long has it been now?
Okay, first off, you listened to both of them?
Yeah. Isn't there 3 of them?
Wait, he released a third?
I think there's 3 of them. My whole thing is like, for people saying that Eminem has no business in replying, Eminem dissed them first. So you can't, it's like you walk up to somebody in the street, punch him in the face, or like, no. You walk up to somebody in the street, you're like, yo, let's go. Come on, what's up? You want to fight or what? And the guy's like, nah, man, I don't want to fight. And then for like the next 10 years, every chance you get, yo, come on, man, stop being a put. You going to fight or what? You going to reply or what? What you going to do? And then the guy replies and you're just like, nah, man, you're not even worth it. Like, I love him, but that's exactly what he did if he doesn't reply. You got to reply. Even if it's not worth it. Because I'm like, you thought it was worth it enough to diss him. So you got to reply. Right? You can't even, like, put away the fact that it's Eminem.
Okay, but what
the
about
logic
this?
is flawless.
But what about this? What if the guy punches you and you don't even feel it? Is it even worth punching him back?
Yeah, that's a good point. Right? Like, you think he's going to have a bigger fight than that, and then he goes and just, like, goes to punch you, and he slips and falls, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
look at you.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
So are you just going to shit on him while he's down? Old M would have, but would new M do that? I don't think so.
Okay, at least put out a song and have, like, a one-liner in there. So then he's like, all right, I gave you attention. Like, I gave you attention before, but now it's just like, all right, so you don't look like a stupid dumbass just punching the air.
Did you think Nick delivered?
Hell no. You know what the fucked up thing is? His crew of I don't know who the fucks delivered more, and even they were whack. But you know, like, that's how sad it is. That's how sad it is. Like, his crew had a better verse, and I don't even know who the fuck his crew is. Who his crew are? Who his crew is? Who his crew are? Because it's plural, right?
Who is crew? I would say is because crew is singular.
Yeah, but crew implies multiple.
I believe. But is crew plural? Or is it, like, for example, you said people. You would have to say his people are, because people is specifically plural. But
But you can say peoples.
who says peoples? Is
Like
that even
apostrophe? Yes.
But
That's ownership, though. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Because crew, you could technically have a crew that is one person. Can't you?
I don't know who his crew is. I don't know who his crew are. Yeah, I guess is. I don't know.
Because I've never heard it. His crew are. That doesn't sound right.
Then again, a lot of people like fuck up like simple ones. Like, what's one that's like really popular that people always fuck up? I wish I was.
I wish I am.
No, I wish I were. Right? Like, for example, I wish I was Beyonce. You can't say I was Beyonce because was is past tense, so you can't say I wish I was Beyonce
Because you never were.
Yeah. So if you want to say I wish I was the person Beyonce, then you would say I wish I were Beyonce, and that one nobody gets right. So maybe that's what crew is. Maybe who his crew are and who his crew is. Maybe it's kind of similar, but I don't know. It sounds like is probably right.
But I would also say, bro, how many people of the population do double negatives?
I can't name not one.
Good.
I can't even do it now. Oh, we're having technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Please excuse us. We're back. He cut that part out because he stood up. Snitched on you.
Bitch ass.
Okay.
Okay, no, but seriously, I did, because we haven't talked seriously since the last time we recorded. On a serious note, I want M to reply just so Nick doesn't think he won. Even though he knows he didn't win.
I feel like he might think he won though. like his disses were so
did you see
confident.
the video? Did you see the videos?
With the replies?
The World Star Hip Hop. The second video, like where he says, I don't even have to rap, blah blah blah. I'm just going to talk.
Yeah. And then continue to like rap someone else's verse.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, what? Didn't he like? Oh, wasn't it Eminem's verse that he did? Like the Papa Doc one? The 8 Mile? Oh boy.
And he even looked like Papa Doc. He had, he dressed
the muscle shirt.
yeah.
Bro, Nick, just god damn.
And the thing that pisses me off of all the disses for Nick to come back at M, he picks M's weakest diss, the Fat Joe track.
Yeah.
Like I thought off the top of my head of all the Nick Cannon disses from the past decade, that might have been his weakest. Or at least it was his least offensive.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the one you choose to come back? Now I hope Eminem does a kamikaze on you. But then this goes back to square one. If you're trying to punk a dude and then the dude punks himself, do you need to continue punking him?
Yeah, I don't think M thought that reply was going to be that whack. Bro, it was bad. First of all, I've never heard Nick Cannon rap.
You never saw the MTV show?
Yeah, but he raps like this. Not like this. Listen. Hey, yo, I'm Nick Cannon, and I'm coming with a cannon, and I'm... Why is his voice so deep and low? Where did that come from?
I think it was Nick Cannon trying to be dark and intimidating.
But it didn't come off as that.
What did it come off as?
Like a skinny dude saying, yo... I'm gonna fuck you up. And I'm like, why are you talking like that? We're like, I don't know. I thought it'd be scary. Are you not scared? No. Okay.
I feel
yo, I like your songs, but I don't like what you said.
I feel like you just had an Eminem skit right there.
The what?
Doesn't Eminem? Didn't that sound like an Eminem skit? Like he would put that on a new album. Just
Yo, if you hear this, put this on your album and give credit to us, the Rhinos and the Aliens.
No, I felt like he would. You know how he has some of those skits where he plays himself and then he voices another character.
Girl, yeah. Like especially a girl.
Yeah,
the whole Kim song. Yo,
from second album, right?
Yeah. Random question. Are there rhinos and aliens in Australia? There are, right? Or
Yeah.
is that just Africa? Is it mostly Africa? No, it's Australia too.
Wait, what are we talking? Are we talking about actual rhinos?
Yeah.
I believe that's only Africa.
What about? Oh, I guess not aliens. Did I say rhinos and aliens?
Yes, that's what I thought you meant. Like,
oh, no, aliens are everywhere. They're in space mostly. Damn, that's fucked up, bro. You know they lost 500 million animals? Which, by the way, who counts that shit?
what, in Africa?
No, in Australia.
Oh, because did you see the one photo / video?
Yeah.
How it looks like some type of Blade Runner movie
Like
scene.
the post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That war film.
I saw this one picture that was like the beach on a regular day, and it was like beautiful sandy beach, greenery in the background, blue ocean, and then the second picture side by side. Bro, this shit looked like an inferno.
No, it looked like the apocalypse film. Apocalypse
Legitimate
Now.
question. I wonder how many people killed themselves just left going outside and be like, "This is the end of the world."
I don't think that many.
I feel like enough, bro.
In Australia?
Yeah, people just walk out and see the sky like that for days on end, and you're just like,
That's a good point.
you know.
Would you think you're dreaming if you walked out to that?
I would think I'm in a nightmare.
Well, that's the better term.
Yeah.
No, when I saw those photos, my first thing I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Just because it's so
Different.
But then when you really think like this
What's
ain't
really happening?
This ain't special effects.
Yeah.
Like, how much fire has to be in the atmosphere
For that to turn the whole thing orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also made me think about, just imagine what it was like when the dinosaurs went extinct. That was something similar.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Well, that created the Ice Age, right? Because of the fucking...
Well, over the long term, but initially it created nothing but fires.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, yeah, but and then the whole sky gets blocked off, which
Yeah.
just blocks the sun
No
from coming
sun?
in, and
Yeah.
that's why we go into a freeze,
Yeah.
which will happen again,
Eventually.
right? If there's an all-out nuke war, I can see that happening. That's one of the... I've seen videos on, like, the dangers of if there was an all-out nuclear war
Yeah.
between countries. That's basically the end. It would just be like post a nuclear winter is what they would call it. I think something like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Because of
eventually
all the sulfur
and
and
debris and everything in the air, we'd basically probably have another ice age.
which we're gonna have an ice age no matter what. But
but it would just
but we could get an ice age from a volcano if we get a big enough eruption.
Yeah, or a meteor.
That's the least likely though.
Well, no, but if it hits and a
yeah,
big enough
yeah,
meteor, again, thanks, Jesus. Not Jesus, Yeezus. Straight up, though. 500 million animals, apparently, is what they're saying.
You mean 500,000?
500 million.
Are they counting really small creatures as well?
That was my first question, too. Like, what are we counting? Ants?
See, bro, this is why I don't like
Mosquitoes?
I don't like news now because we don't have a specific definition for anything.
Yeah. I'm guessing they probably include not insects.
But bro, that's 500 million. Does Australia even have 500 million? Because I know it's the
I'm
fires
assuming
taking
they're
place,
counting, like, spiders.
but that's an insect.
Yeah, but
Well, it's not an insect, but it's
Yeah, but I'm guessing when I say spiders, it's like the bigger, fuzzy-looking spiders, and not the little like daddy long legs.
Well, the koalas, because the fire's taking place in their habitat.
Bro, that shit's killing me. Seeing all the videos of all the koalas burning alive, and then they're saving them, and people are giving them water.
I didn't even see those videos. I just saw videos.
Bro, there's
of
this one. This koala's like in the middle, and then his little butthole is on fire. It looks like his butt's on fire. That, or he's standing next to a bush and the little bush is on fire. But it looks like his little tail's on fire. And then
Okay,
they come.
you should have said that.
This lady comes off and takes her shirt off. She's wearing a bra. It doesn't matter. She's ugly. But that's not the point. She wraps the koala up and then like puts water on him. And he's just like, because he's in pain. It's so sad. It broke my heart.
I know it's sad, but
The way I put it was funny. Yeah. Like, I can't believe you're laughing at koalas dying.
Bro, how do you get the butthole and the tail mixed up?
Because if his tail's burning, his butthole's burning. So I'm
not necessarily
I'm not technically wrong. If your tail's on fire, your butthole gotta be burning. Because it's not like they have long tails and the tip of the tail's burning. They have a little bushy tail like this that's attached to their body. So if that's on fire, your butthole's on fire.
Yo, by the way, did you read any articles saying what caused it? Do they know yet?
Unusually high temperatures
Combined with dry. Yeah.
and that they're attributing it to global warming or part of it.
Climate change.
Yeah,
That's the new term.
That's the new change. Yes, that. But
If it is actually 500 million and not 500,000, that
it's
is.
500 million. Because the first time I saw it, I'm like, do they mean 500,000?
So you're 100.
billion.
You're guaranteed.
1,000,000%.
Damn.
It's a lot of animals.
Yo, because it's taking place the southeast part of it.
Well, I seen this map.
Or-
It looked like the whole fucking thing, except like the middle area.
But it's the right side, right?
Pretty much all the coastal area looks like it's on fire.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Because I was just looking into the koalas and the
'Cause I'm
koala
looking at
habitats on the
well,
east.
the picture I saw, it was like it did like an overhead picture of the country, and then it's just like the whole fucking thing, minus like the middle area. Like
So-
Sydney's fine,
So basically, any place that has any type of forestry whatsoever.
I guess. Like there's just fucking everywhere. Like the whole fucking thing is on fire.
That makes the photo even make more sense now because it's everywhere.
You know what I don't understand though? Is there no such thing as carbon like monoxide like poisoning if it's on if you're outdoors? Like does that not apply?
I don't think that's carbon monoxide. That would be carbon dioxide.
Oh, whatever. You know how people get like in fires, what do they get? The
Carbon dioxide.
No, when they get the poison the sickness smoke inhalation sickness, right?
Okay.
from inhaling all the smoke.
Yeah.
If the whole fucking country's on fire and everything in the sky looks like that, I'm assuming all that is in the air, the smell.
But you know the smoke, that's more so because you're not getting enough air. Like, it's not necessarily poisonous. It's
No, I know, but like if the whole fucking atmosphere looks like that, it's got to be overwhelmingly more than...
But the only thing I can think of is still going to the atmosphere.
I guess.
Unlike a house where it's still getting...
Yeah, I guess.
It's stuck in the house.
Yeah, true. Because I just think of like, you ever been to like a bonfire where the fire's too big and then the smoke blows in your direction?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I can't breathe, and you got to step out to the clear air?
Yeah.
But if that's everywhere, where's the clear air coming from for you to be like...
Well,
oh,
I guess it would have to depend on the winds. My thing is, are schools and work canceled?
Oh, they must be. Damn, they must... They're fucking...
And the crazy part, the Australian Open is happening in a week or two for tennis. So I wonder if that's going to be delayed or pushed back. Delayed, pushed back.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go to some NBA, our favorite sport?
Oh, yeah. All right. So, number one... No, you start off.
No, what? Okay, first off, I just need to put this out there. We were completely wrong about the Suns.
Yeah. Holy shit. Every time I see them lose, I'm just like, oh, damn. But you know what's crazy, though?
Booker is killing.
Yeah. But this is the thing about the Suns, though. I saw a post by a Suns fan last night or 2 nights ago that I thought was like, well, silver lining, right? Last year, the Suns were like 15... No, they're 15 and 22 or 14 and 22?
They're 14-22.
As of this morning?
Yes.
Okay. So 14 and 22. Last year, they were like 14 and like 50-something.
So improvement.
Yeah. Well, there's still half a season left, and they won as many games
Already.
as they did the entire last season.
Yeah.
So even if you double it and you miss the playoffs, that's still like...
28.
Yo, fuck. You improved. I mean,
think-
28 is still a shit mark, but it should go for at least 30.
And bro, as a lot of teams have proven, like OKC, you get on one good stretch. Yo, the Jazz too, dude.
Do you think OKC is for real, though? Like, are they this good?
Supposedly the front office has been so surprised that if they keep this up into All-Star break or up until the trade deadline, they're going to try to make a move to upgrade, not downgrade.
Really?
Yeah, which could be interesting. And this is why I always said, dude, Billy Donovan is a good fucking coach. He didn't win 2 national championships with the Florida Gators just randomly. And please put that on mute.
You can hear the vibration?
The mic is absorbing the vibration.
All right. Sorry, Dad. Billy Donovan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OKC coach.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think, bro, is Russell Westbrook a winning player?
No. I mean, look at what OKC is doing with this team.
And yo, bro, can we also point out, what did we always say about the Rockets? Who was the MVP? Everybody gave it to Harden. It was low-key Chris Paul. We always thought it was Chris Paul.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, I think if this OKC team is for real, and you can attribute the first losses, the first part of the season as growing pains or them figuring it out.
Well, it was a completely new team.
That's what I'm saying. So if this is the team, if this is how good they actually are, and they had started out this way, they would be probably as good as Russell Westbrook's OKC last year. Maybe just a little bit not as good.
Well, technically, bro, they're on a similar pace. OKC last year didn't win 50 games.
Then that's even crazier.
Bro, that's why Presti, the GM, scrapped everything.
That's crazy.
You have Paul George, Westbrook, and Steven Adams to just... And that's not even including Schroeder and their nice bench.
And you couldn't do shit with that.
Yeah, bro, they got bounced in the first round.
And here you got Chris Paul at 35.
Who supposedly washed up.
Yeah.
Which, by the way...
He's been killing it.
But, bro, this is the thing that pissed me off. Last year, whenever Chris Paul wasn't playing with James Harden, he was doing his typical career stats of nearly 20 points per game and 9-10 assists.
Bro, James Harden is a black hole. Fan that commented on our video, if you're listening, I don't give a fuck how good his stats are. He will never win a ring as the best player on your team.
Yo, this is going to be
Book it.
controversial. I believe in terms of team game, he was the best when he was the sixth man. When he still had that mindset.
Yeah.
Because, yo, I don't care when, for whatever reason, he was able to play with Chris Paul their first year when they won 60-something games. What happened where he's always been ball dominant, but him and Chris Paul was still putting up numbers that first year.
And Chris Paul gave up a lot of that because Chris Paul is also a very ball dominant guy, except he'll pass.
But they made it work the first year. What happened? Like, if you really think about the transition, what happened to where he is so ball dominant? Like, it went from he has to have the ball 60.
Did Chris Paul play 2 whole seasons with James Harden?
Yeah.
Damn, it feels like they only played 1.
Yeah, because everybody forgets the first.
Yeah. That's crazy. Damn, I legitimately
Forgot.
Yeah.
But that was the year they both they seemed happy. That's when they started the State Farm commercials together. Think about it. They were so happy together the first year. They started doing commercials together.
And then Chris Paul got injured the first year or the second year.
The first year in the postseason against the Warriors.
And that's what they lost because of his injury.
Supposedly.
They would have won.
Who knows?
Bro. Were they leading in the series or leading in the game?
Leading in the game and series.
And series, yeah. Yeah, bro. No, they would. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Rockets would have probably won that series in 6.
Who knows?
I know. Because he went down in Game 5, no?
No, it was Game 6. They went 7 that year. The next year, I believe it was.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I still maintain that Chris Paul's injury is what gave the Warriors that pass for that round.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay. Damn, this is what I always said though about Chris Paul. Like, if it wasn't for his contract, I'd take him on the Heat. Was all those rumors that he was gonna get traded to the Heat?
He's a Heat player.
I love Chris Paul. He's one of my favorite players, but not with that contract. And I'm maintaining that wholeheartedly.
For me, I don't think it's the contract. It's the injury history with the contract.
No, because if you look at Goran Dragic, his injury history is almost as bad as Chris Paul. As in, like, you're going to be without him for a big part of the season. But 1, Dragic is no problem coming off the bench. And 2, Dragic is on an expiring contract who, God willingly, next year or this summer, he will take a long, smaller contract.
But this is my thing, though, bro.
And retire as a Heat
Take
player.
away Chris Paul and just look at his stats with how inflated contracts have become.
Yeah.
If you could get a point guard who averages 20 and 10, get 1.5 to 2 steals a game, and is such a team player, would you not pay him $35 million a year?
Not at 33, but I get what you're saying.
I think it's more so the injury history, bro.
At 30, you give him that contract.
Okay, I would say this, though. Who do you think's having a better season, Westbrook or Chris Paul? And they have the same type of contract, but one's younger.
Damn, that's tough to say, though, because one is alone in his team in terms of, like, superstar power, right? Because Shea and has been going off, but you don't have to carry the whole load. Or, like, all the focus isn't on you winning in one.
But who is the more clutch player?
Clutch? Chris Paul, and it's not even close.
Who's the better shooter?
Chris Paul, and it's not even close.
Who do the Rockets need?
Chris Paul. And it's not even close. Damn.
It just, to me,
you have a way of, like, making me come to these epiphanies.
I've learned how to work with the way you think.
Shit.
Good point, right?
Yeah.
And I know the first...
You made me realize things I don't even realize myself.
Well, the first thing that people will counteract that, they'll say, but Westbrook is more athletic. And from last year to this year, they went from basically dead last in transition and speed and pace to their top 5.
But if pace is not going to translate into winning a title, then it doesn't matter if you're dead last in pace or number one.
The postseason, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
because pace...
it slows down in the postseason anyways.
Yeah. And I would say this. Take away Kevin Durant from Russell Westbrook. What has Russell Westbrook ever done in the postseason? He hasn't won a single series. Chris Paul, by himself with New Orleans, won a couple series. And let's not forget, if it wasn't for injuries, how many years would his teams, be it New Orleans, be it the Rockets, be it the Clippers, they go deeper?
Bro, the Clippers should have a title already. At least one, the year that they choked against the Rockets.
They can't even blame injury on that year.
No, that was the one year they were healthy. That's what I'm saying. Out of all their playoff runs, that was the only one. I'm like, yo, if you don't do it now, like, you're never going to do it. And that's exactly what happened.
And you said that too. You gave up hope after that series.
Yeah, because like every year it was like, all right, well, we lost Chris Paul
And that was
Blake Griffin.
And that was the first year the Warriors were the Warriors. So of all the years to take the Warriors down in the West, that was
that year.
Yeah.
Bro, remember, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford. Fuck.
Yo, I hope JJ gets traded.
Yo, same.
No, but you want to hear a crazy stat?
That he's never missed the playoffs ever?
I never knew that. But
yeah,
it
bro.
makes sense because when he was with the Magic, that's when they had Howard and they were good. And then every year he was with the Clippers, that's when they had the Blake Griffin trio.
Yeah. And then when he willingly went to Philly that first year, because mind you, that was Philly's first year being good. I'm like, I didn't know about the whole playoff
When
thing.
he took that pay cut, bro.
Yes. No, that year, the first year, he didn't take a pay cut. That year, he got what pretty much anybody would have given him. I think it was 1 year, $20 million. So I'm like, that's a good contract, but why would you take it from a shit team? Because $20 million, anybody will give you that.
That was the first year, and then they ended up being good.
Yeah, and then he took a pay cut. And I'm like, why the fuck would you take a pay cut? You are the reason, or you are a huge reason to why they were good in the first place.
Well, he's proven that this year.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, you were one of their better shooters and scorers whenever, like, who else was putting up 20 points, like, just like nothing any given night?
Yo,
nobody else.
Since we're on the Sixers,
And he took a $10 million pay cut.
they've lost 4 straight in 7 of their last 10.
Yep, and they're about to lose. I was watching their schedule. I was looking at their schedule, and
Bro, but they're just not. They're getting blown out.
yeah. But look at this. Look at this upcoming schedule for them. Let me pull it up real quick, because somebody posted it on Twitter, and I'm like, holy fuck, they could lose 7 or 8 in a row if it goes bad.
Yo, were we wrong about the 76ers? Like, I'm feeling so shaky about their postseason chance.
Bro, they played the OKC tonight in Philly, but
with the way OKC
Yeah.
is playing. By the way, just so the audience knows, OKC is 20-15, 7th in the West. They've won 5 straight. They've won 9 of their past 10.
holy shit. Look at that. Okay, so OKC next.
Okay.
Thursday, Boston. Saturday,
They've been playing
Dallas.
They've played good against Boston though.
We'll see. Dallas, and then I think they have one more that's really tough.
Yo, dude,
Brooklyn. But the next 3, they could realistically lose the next 3. Even if they go 2-1 out of the next ones, you're still losing 5 out of 7 games.
and for that team is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yo, and Luka, man.
I could see them realistically losing the next 2.
I feel like they're more likely to lose against the Mavs than the Celtics. I feel like they have the Celtics number, just like how they have the Bucks number.
They beat them once.
But bro, if you look at their roster, if I were the Bucks, I would hope that a similar situation like last year happens and another team knocks them out. Because for whatever reason, I don't.
Philly was better last year. Philly had scorers and closers last year.
I agree, but the Bucks' weakness is Philly's strength, and that's interior. Because unlike last year, bro, this year you just need to stop the Greek Freak. There's no Brogdon. They don't have as many shooters. So if you stop the Greek Freak, as they did on Christmas Day, you stop that team.
But that wasn't all of it, though. Remember, the 76ers hit 21 threes that night. They will never hit 21 threes again with this lineup.
Okay, true.
The thing with what makes the Bucks really good defensively is they pack the paint. And if you do that against the 76ers for a series, you got them. And the problem is not a lot of teams have the size to pack the paint against a team like the 76ers.
But I would flip it. I would say the 76ers, maybe besides the Lakers, are the only team that can fuck with the Greek Freak.
That's also true. Two things can be true at once.
By the way, did you hear about what the Lakers did last night?
What?
20 blocks.
20 blocks?
The first time in 2 decades. The first time, to be specific, since
JaVale
2001.
McGee got drug tested after the game.
Yeah.
For 6 blocks.
Anthony Davis had 8. McGee had 6. Howard had 5. That's only the 4th time that 3 players for the same team had 5+ blocks in the same game.
That team, I don't know how it hasn't how they haven't done it more or gotten close to it, because that team is ginormous.
I know. But yo, McGee and Davis 6+. That's only the 3rd time that's ever happened. 3rd time ever in NBA history.
You know what sucks about that team being so tall though? Is that they're also athletic, so they can defend the perimeter.
No, they're not your typical. I don't know if you remember, but the Lakers, when Kobe Bryant was still playing, they had the Twin Towers. They called them Gasol and Bynum. Mm-hmm. They were old school big men. Like they were just
like you can't put them on the perimeter because they're just gonna get fucked.
Yo, McGee is athletic as fuck.
AD, LeBron, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these guys are not only tall, but if you can't even pull them out to the perimeter, because then you're like, yeah, whatever, we got you here too.
And their most traditional center is Howard, who is still, for his type of center, is a freaking bro. Howard this year.
Oh. Yo, can I just say, like, side note, now that you mention Howard, can the NBA get rid of the NBA fan vote?
Because of the
Alex Caruso is in the top 10
of
fan voting in the West for guards. The man averages 5 points. Dwight Howard is in the top 10.
But Dwight Howard has always been a name. I understand Caruso.
I don't give a fuck. You're telling me Dwight Howard this year is a top 10 candidate
better than Devin Booker?
Devin Booker's not even on the list.
Yeah, he has less than Caruso.
That's what I'm saying. Shea Alexander is not on the list.
Who, off camera, he has been balling, bro.
Bro.
Yo, can we
get rid of the fan vote?
Can we make a case Alexander is one of the biggest reasons why the Clippers have been so inconsistent in the backcourt or the front court?
Yo, I think I was just talking about this with someone the other day. That do you think OKC low key, not high key because you got Paul George out of it, low key wishes that trade didn't happen?
OKC?
I'm sorry, the Clippers.
Oh,
do you think there are nights, looking at how Shays is playing, that you can justifiably say, and I know people are going to crucify me for this,
but with the 5 picks, fuck yes.
Right? You could have kept Shays. If he was going to have this season with the Clippers, you could have easily said, well, if we have him performing at this rate, bro, you can replace him with Paul George and keep your 5 picks? Oh, I don't know. I think in an alternate universe, they say, fuck it, can we try it? If we don't like it, go back.
No, because people also forget this. Paul George is injury prone now.
But that's what I'm saying. Shea is not only younger, but he's putting up Paul George numbers.
Similar numbers, yeah. Well, the only difference you can make is that Paul George is obviously a better shooter.
Yes, and the other thing is it's a really small sample size, right? Like Paul George is a proven superstar. He's been doing this for years. Whereas this guy has been doing it for like 2 months. So that's really the only thing you can say about, like, well, slow down.
But think about it from a financial perspective, from a youth perspective.
That's what I'm saying. You're younger, cheaper, and you get your 5 picks back.
Yo, I personally, of course I want the Clippers to lose because I hate the Clippers.
I love the Clippers.
I want the Clippers to lose just so this whole resting players backfires on Kawhi. Because think about it, the only reason why Doc Rivers hates resting players. The only reason why he's doing this is because Kawhi told him he's going to do this if you want me. And people are only allowing this because he got lucky and won the finals last year. What if they lose in the second round against Houston? Which, by the way, Houston has played them tight every game this year.
They're not losing to Houston in a series, though.
You would have never said the Houston would have came back 3-1 against the Clippers.
Yeah, but this is a different Houston.
And this is a different Clippers.
Yeah, this is a better Clippers. Well, this is a better Clippers to play the Houston.
Okay, but I know getting into that hypothetical, what happens if Paul George fucks up his shoulder again like he did last year? And his great shooting percentages completely plummet. And then what happens if Kawhi re-injures his knee and he's not 100%? That changes everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, like, the Clippers without Paul George and Kawhi are not beating the Rockets, but that's not fair to say.
Yo, bro.
It's not fair to hold against them.
The Clippers, when they don't have both of them in the same game, are below 500 this year.
But let me give you
Let
an
that shit
alternative.
sink
Let me
in.
give you an alternative scenario. What if the Clippers go into the playoffs rested, haven't lost 10 more games than the Lakers, so they go in 3 seeds lower. Let's say they go as the 4th or 5th seed. Doesn't matter. They're the more rested.
But what if they're the 5th seed and they have to play every series is on the road now?
Fine. Let's say they get the 4th seed, 3rd seed. Doesn't matter. Regardless, right?
No, those.
But
it does matter.
Okay, but fine. Let's say you come in as the 4th seed. You come in rested, deep, well coached, and then the Lakers.
Are they well coached this year, bro?
Oh, bro. Hold on. But
Bro,
then,
they've been giving up so many points. They're ranked in the middle of the league for defensive efficiency.
do you think? And this is like my brain working here as I watch them this season. There's part of me that sees this Clippers team like the LeBron Cavaliers a couple of years ago, where they just like cruise because they know their team is that good that they're just like, fuck it, we'll turn it up in the postseason.
But my counter argument to that is that that's not a Doc Rivers style.
Right, but I think what he's probably looking
how
at how
do you-
like all these teams have done that.
I don't
throughout
think it's
history.
him. I don't. If you look at all the times that they went deep, bro, he never rested his players to detriment or to prosper. He never rested his players. He doesn't coach like that. And bro, let me flip it on you. If I told you the same Clippers team from last year, besides Alexander, right, gained Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and I told you they might only win 2 more games.
They're not going to only win 2 more games.
Bro, what's their record right now? Their record is 26-12.
What did they get last year?
They were, I believe, 48 or 49 wins.
So they're already on pace to like almost get like 50 something.
They're on pace for 52 to 54.
That's a big difference.
4 or 5 games?
That's like 10 games.
Go from 49 wins to 53,
Oh, I
54.
thought you said 42, 43.
No, they won 48-49.
But the difference is those 2 wins. Fuck. Wait. What? Hold on. They came in as the 8th seed last year.
Yes, the West was a lot better last year. The 8th seed this year is the Spurs with 14-20.
Right. True. That's what I was I was confused about. Okay. I would say to you that because the West is also not as good this year, it doesn't matter if you win 4 games more or 2 games more or the same amount of games. Because if the West is this weak and your roster improved that much, which is what I say about the Lakers. Do you think the Lakers are trying too hard to win regular season games, considering
No.
their roster?
No.
Why is LeBron not taking nights off? Why is he not playing the first quarter of shit teams and then resting the rest of the game?
That's what he's doing.
No, he plays full games.
He's averaging, he's bottom 3 career minutes per game for this season.
But I'm saying if you go if you're playing at home against the Knicks, the Hawks, play a quarter and don't play the rest of the game.
Bro, a lot of those games he's been playing below 30 minutes. Like his most recent game where he got the triple-double, he only played 35.
That's not low minutes.
Bro, see, this is the shit. We got used to this. In the 90s and 2000s, bro, people used to play 40 minutes consistently, and they didn't get injured.
No, but my thing is, the whole point of what I'm saying is, part of me feels like the Lakers are. It's like, remember how we were talking about the Raptors trying to prove a point a couple years ago? Because the Lakers underachieved so much last year, and there was all this pressure before the season to like be the best team and blah blah. And I think because the way they started, no one's doubting the Lakers anymore. No one's saying, "Oh, well, can they make it though? Are they gonna fall off?" Because they had such a hot start. If the Lakers had a Clipper start, everybody in their mind would be saying, yo, they're not legit. That's exactly what everybody thought. They weren't going to work. All the questions.
I
And when you have
disagree.
all these
If the
questions-
Lakers started 24 or 26-12, that's what many people thought they would do.
But but that's what I'm saying. And people thought they were going to do that in a negative way. Because I think Lakers fans thought Lakers were going to do exactly this, but all Lakers haters, which is pretty much everybody who's not a Lakers fan, expected them to, quote unquote, fail or not gel together, not work, or not be as efficient.
I think any actual expert would tell you that they thought the Lakers would be doing what the Clippers are doing because of LeBron's history and because of Anthony Davis's nagging injury history.
But that's what I'm saying. So do you think that...
No.
I think they're trying to prove a point. That they were.
Oh, they are trying to prove a point,
that they
but I
were
don't
trying
think
to
it's gonna be
silence everyone by saying, you thought we wouldn't work? Watch us win.
65 plus games.
Yeah, watch us go 29-7 to start the season. 28, 29?
29.
29-7 to start the season.
I want them to keep doing it. Prove a point.
See, but okay, now, going to the Heat, just for a quick comparison,
Yeah.
I'm loving what the Heat are doing, right? 26-10, good for fourth best record in the entire NBA, right?
Yeah.
Third in the East, 17-1 at home.
Yeah.
Beautiful, right?
The East is very top heavy
I
this
am
year.
afraid because when the season started, I had them like 4th or 5th, right? Before the season started. Then they got to like number 1, number 2, number 3, and they've been staying at 3, and they're comfortably at number 3, right? They're like 3.5 games on top of the Raptors or something like that.
Yeah.
Part of me now, being an adult and looking at history, feels to me like the Heat are trying to prove a point and are going to burn themselves into the ground by the time the playoffs start. And that scares the shit out of me.
Bro, I hate this new mindset. I got in an argument at work. Players aren't paid to win. Let this sink in. Players are not paid to win championships. They're paid to give the people who pay their salaries entertainment.
Yeah.
Like let this sink in. In any other sport, let alone any other job and career, if you go up to your manager, let alone your owner, and then tell them, "Hey, you're paying me this amount of money to work this amount of days. I still want that same amount of money, but I'm only going to work 75% of the days." In what other sport, let alone what other career, would you not get fired? Like, out of the blue, basketball is privileged as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing.
Yeah, the whole purpose is to win a title, not to, like, provide entertainment and win a game.
And let's make this clear, as a lot of analysts have pointed this out. If every single superstar starts doing what Kawhi does and only plays 60 games, you superstars only want to play 60 games? Those $200 million contracts that are guaranteed? Okay, you want to start playing that game? You're only going to start getting 160. And now who's going to want to start playing the full 80 games now, bro? Now, be clear. If you're injured...
It's different, yeah.
But when you're resting so you don't get injured, that's a big fucking problem. And people are going to laugh about this. But every single sport, you are not getting paid... Well, team sports. You are not getting paid to win yes, the goal is to win a championship. But that's not why you're getting paid.
Yeah.
You're getting paid because people are paying for you to play a fucking sport.
I 100% agree, and I think that because of that, these teams now should be including a clause in their contracts
that you have to meet a game quota.
Yeah. Because I know certain players have that, like Dion Waiters had that. That's gone.
Well, Dwight Howard, he doesn't have a guarantee. See, my thing is, I love guaranteed contracts, but at a certain point...
But you could have a clause in a guaranteed contract where, like, Dion Waiters' money was guaranteed, but if he played over 72 games, he got an extra $1 million bonus or $1.2 million bonus, which is now out the window, obviously, because he hasn't played a game yet.
But is that $1 million part of the guaranteed, or is that in addition to the guaranteed?
In addition to the guaranteed.
See, that's still different. That's not what I'm trying to say. Is getting to the point where players are now, like, if they get a $200 million contract, they could miss 20 games every season, even if they're not injured, and they still get that money no matter what. There should, like, if it gets to a bubbling point where a lot more superstars start doing this, and this is why I don't want Kawhi and the Clippers to win, because if he goes back-to-back years winning,
everyone's going to do it.
the NBA is going to be fucked. Because who's going to pay to show up to a game where the superstar isn't playing?
Okay, to that point, there's something that needs to happen where if this is going to become a thing and players are going to rest, they need to have this scheduled out before the season starts so that fans, because the NBA is about fans, know what games they should not overpay for. And they should only...
Or the ticket should be discounted.
Yes, and I also saw a good point that they should only be able to do it in home games. Superstars should not be allowed to rest on the road.
Yeah.
Because there are teams
like
that only come to one city once a year.
Yeah.
And if I'll be goddamn if I live in a high profile city who has a team like who's a good team in the East?
Well, flip it around. Think about how shitty the Knicks are, and a lot of fans only show up when James Harden, a LeBron James, shows up at Madison Square Garden.
Okay, but hold on. Let's say Philly. I'm struggling to think of a high-profile team. Okay, a team like Philly, big market. Let's say their tickets are already expensive to begin with.
Yes.
Right? You're a fan, or you want to take your son for his first NBA game Christmas Day.
Okay.
Right? Boom. You show up. You bought tickets, and they cost fucking double what they normally cost, which is already fucking ridiculous because the 76ers high profile players and let's say the Lakers come into town. And that night, LeBron, AD, and Ben Simmons decide they're going to take the night off. You just paid what you would have paid to see the 76ers play the Hawks to watch the Lakers without their superstars. That's fucked up, and I think if that happens, fans should be able to get a discount, a rebate.
Or get their... Yeah. Well, look at the Warriors, bro. You know the cheapest ticket? $2,000.
Right now?
$2,000. And I'm not talking about courtside. I'm talking about third row. Or third, like, up in the bleachers.
No.
$2,000.
This year?
$2,000.
Why?
Because of the new stadium and because they just went to 5 straight.
And they didn't adjust their prices for how bad the season is?
$2,000.
That's the cheapest ticket.
So just imagine you have a Warriors team. No KD, he left. No Curry injured. No Klay Thompson injured. So you want to go to the Clippers game because of Kawhi and Paul George. They both sit out. You just paid at least $2,000.
I'll give you one better. Anybody who bought season tickets that year, discount. But or you should be able to cancel it.
Well... Yeah, but
bro, $2,000 per game. Stretch that out over a season if you have
season
lower
tickets are a discount because
yeah, but if they're still expensive if you buy them for a whole season.
Yeah, 41 games.
Yeah, whoa man, I'd be so mad if I bought season tickets and everybody gets injured and you're tanking because they're not just that bad. Like they're tanking.
Okay, great segue. They don't have the worst record in the league anymore.
I know they won like 4 in a row at one point.
The Hawks now have the worst record. They have a worse record than the Knicks, bro.
Before we we'll get into this after, but I want to say this point so I don't forget. Trae Young needs to leave. As soon as his rookie scale contract is over, bounce. We'll come back to that. The Warriors should not get away from their tanking though. As much as I hate tanking, if you committed to it already this much, continue tanking.
Yo, bro,
why would you risk a playoff push?
They might get a number 1 seed and next year get Curry and Klay Thompson.
Number 1 pick?
Number 1 pick.
Even if they get top 5, they can get a 4th or 5th and still be all right.
Bro, that's insane.
And then you flip D'Angelo for some depth.
You know what's crazy? They legitimately can go from the worst Western Conference team this year to the best next year. If everything goes right.
I mean, were they number 1 last year? No, yeah, they were.
Yeah, they went from 1 to if they keep this pace up last, and they have the chance if everybody
go back up to 1. That's fucking.
That would be unprecedented. That's never happened.
Now, do you think that Warriors team, once they go back to being good, are going to be as hated or as loved as the original?
Let's remember. The Warriors did not become hated until they got KD.
That's what I'm saying. So people loved the Warriors, or at least watching the Warriors. That was one of those. I loved watching the Warriors.
When it was actually ball movement and 3-point shooting.
Yes, before KD, because then it wasn't all Hollywood.
And we need to be honest too. KD at least the second and third year, he messed up the flow of that offense.
I don't even care about that. He just made them unlikable. They became too arrogant, like too cocky. Like it's like you knew they were gonna win because of their star power, and not because they were good.
Well, bro, most of the time they didn't play their best ball. Yo, people forget when they got KD, they started turning the ball over a lot more, and were already turnover prone before.
All I'm saying is they got annoying once they got KD. So now, do you think they'll be, because of how much they were hated with KD? Do you think a good Warriors team post KD would still be hated, or do you think
no.
people would be more forgiving and be like, all right?
I think they would love them.
Think they would love them?
Love them.
I don't think they would love them. I think there
Bro,
would be more acceptance.
Bro, if Curry and Klay come back healthy. By the way, people love a redemption story.
No, not Warriors fans, NBA fans.
Yes.
You think they would love them?
Yes, bro.
I don't think they would.
Bro,
I don't think they would hate them, though. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I disagree.
I feel like it'd be like a half-half.
I think any non-hater loves watching the Warriors because they have the best offense. Besides No, but I'm saying even now they have the best offensive scheme, bro. They move the ball. The Warriors are what the Spurs used to be in terms of ball movement.
It's just that like they don't have the personnel anymore unless they like flip D'Angelo for some like depth.
I think they are though.
Yeah, but I just and this is why I keep saying depth though, because I don't think the move is to flip D'Angelo and go for another superstar.
No,
Just like
if they had
role
depth,
players.
If they had depth, they would have beat the Raptors last year.
Yeah.
That's what fucked them. It wasn't that they lost KD and Klay. Well, Klay was a bigger issue, but it was the fact they lost those two stars and then they had no bench.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, the Jazz. 10 of the past 11.
One?
Yes, they're 5th seed now.
You remember that really bad stretch they had?
Yeah.
They were only like 2 games over 500 at one point because they had that like a 5-game losing streak where they were getting blown out.
But this is them every year. They start off slow as fuck.
But I told you too when that time happened, I was like the only reason, and I told you they're better than their record is because they had a really tough schedule. They were on the road for a long time, and they were like, I think it was like 5 or 6 games. They had road games, and they played all the top teams in the East.
Yeah.
They played Miami very well a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but they lose that one?
They lost that one.
Yeah, that's their only loss in the past 11.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Go Heat. Oh, it's the Celtics. Bro, do you trust the Celtics? I don't trust them.
I believe the Celtics are this year's Raptors without Kawhi. The DeRozan Raptors.
Oh, okay. So
I believe they're going to get 58, 60 wins, but
not mean anything.
I feel like they're going to get eliminated second round.
Yeah, no, same. But like the fucked up thing is like 2 through 6, I feel the same way about. That's including my Heat. I can see them. I don't see any of these teams. Obviously, one of them or a couple of them have to go out in the first round. But I don't. Other than the Pacers, assuming they don't get Oladipo back, which they will. I don't see the Pacers getting out of the first round. Everyone else, I can see them going past the first round, but just as easily.
See, my thing is, I really feel if the Pacers get matched up with the Raptors, they could win first round. I wouldn't take the Celtics over the Pacers. That's not guaranteed.
With or without Oladipo?
Pacers are going to get Oladipo. With Oladipo and Brogdon, bro, I really feel the only teams the Pacers can't clearly beat are the 76ers and Bucks, and I would still take the Heat over them. Everybody else, I believe like, for example, let's say the Pacers end up 5th. The Celtics fall to 4th, right? Or the Pacers stay 6th and the Celtics fall to 3. If you pick the Celtics guaranteeing them to win the series in the first round, I think you're foolish. I don't think that's a good matchup for the Celtics. The Pacers are gritty, bro. And unlike last year...
They don't go away, man.
And unlike last year, Oladipo has somebody else now. Now, yes, he'll be coming off of a brutal injury, but...
But do you get what I mean, though? Like, 2 through 6 could realistically all get out of the first round.
I don't think
And
the 76ers is losing the first round.
that's what I'm saying. 2 through 6 can get out of the first round. Not get out
Oh.
in the first round, yeah.
Oh,
they can all
okay.
get out of the first round. And I think
they could
almost all of them can go past the second round, but just as easily, I think every single one of them, I can see them all losing in the second round.
I have no confidence in the Raptors making the conference finals. And depending on matchups, I have no confidence that the Celtics will make the conference finals.
Bro, all I'm going to say is this. The playoffs for the East this year,
It's going to be crazy.
it's all in the second round. Second round is where it's at.
Yo, but I think for me, the Western Conference, I think the first round can be interesting besides the 1 and 8 seed. The 2 through 7, I think anybody can, depending on matchups, anybody could win.
Fuck, yeah. That's what I'm looking at, too.
I think the I think the East for the first time in a long time has more of the better teams, but I think the better matchups are hands down in the West. I could see Dallas, Jazz, Clippers, Rockets, and Nuggets taking out any one of each other.
How are second round matchups determined? Who plays who? Like, what seeds play what in the second round usually?
The second, if I remember correctly, for the NBA, it's always
The top team plays the bottom.
no. It's whatever the seeding is. So let's say one, like it's 1 and 8, and then 2 and 7. It's and then it's 3 and 6, 4 and 5.
Yeah. No, I mean second round.
But the second round, it would be 1 and.
And the winner of...
No, it doesn't go like that. It's like it's already predetermined. Like, even if the lower seed beats the top seed, they still face the same.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But
So you would play the winner of the next matchup.
yes, but it doesn't matter about seeding. Like,
No, I know.
okay, yeah.
But, like, because it's predetermined, let's say
Yes.
the Lakers beat the Spurs, the second round, they would play the winner of which seeding? Of which
I
series?
believe it would be the winner of 4 and 5. That's
Oh, because it would be the next easiest matchup.
yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because the reason why I want to emphasize that, because football, they don't go by predetermined.
Damn, so Clippers right now would be on pace to match up with the Lakers in the second round.
That's why I want the Clippers to move the fuck up.
I want that in a 7-game conference final series.
No, if they're going to face each other, it has to be conference finals.
Right? How awesome would that be? Battle for LA.
But this is also what I was saying. I want to see the Rockets and the Clippers face in the playoffs. They had bad blood, bro. Have you seen them this year? They don't like each other.
The who?
The Rockets and the Clippers, bro.
Oh, I know.
They-
That's a legitimate rivalry, I think.
That's a bigger rivalry than the Lakers and the Clippers, bro. This year, the way they play on court, they hate each other. Even though the Clippers hate the Lakers have been soft against the Clippers when they play each other.
So wait, so right now the Heat are third. They would face the Pacers first round. Second round would be what? Celtics? Or the winner of Celtics Nets, which would be Celtics?
No, it would be
It can't be
Heat,
four.
Heat Pacers against Celtics Nets, whoever comes out of those 2 rounds.
Heat Pacers.
So
versus
whoever,
Celtics.
because right now
Yeah, so the Heat, assuming they win the first round,
they would face
play,
the Celtics if
Yeah.
they won their first round. So right
Oh,
now,
I like that matchup.
right now the way the seeding is, the Heat would face the Bucks in the conference finals if the Heat went that far.
Oh, that's okay. That's 3 tough rounds.
Yeah. If it shapes up like that,
Yeah,
the Heat.
I think the Heat need second seed. You don't want anybody 2 through 6 in the first round. You want to get the Nets or the Magic.
I feel like, when you put it like that,
Anybody
yes.
2 through 6 should be aiming for 2. Because
But-
that's the easiest first round.
I will say this, if I was the Heat and I did end up 3, I would rather face the Raptors than the 76ers or the Pacers.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No, the Raptors? No, I'd rather have the 76ers. I'll tell you why. The Raptors are fucking deep, and if they're healthy, that home crowd is insane.
But my only counter argument, bro, depth only goes so far if you have stars to back up the depth.
But that's what I'm saying.
They
I
don't have stars, bro.
The Heat don't have stars either. All we
They
have
have
is
Jimmy.
Butler. But he's not a traditional star. He's playing like the second guy on a team. Even though
Okay,
he's the
honestly
number one guy on
speaking,
the
though,
team.
bro, would you rather have him or Embiid in the postseason?
Oh, him.
Him or Ben Simmons postseason?
Him.
Okay, then.
But that's only because
For the
Embiid and
postseason,
Simmons-
he is a superstar. Jimmy Butler for the postseason is a superstar.
That's a good point. But I don't want anything to do with the Raptors in the first round or the second round. If I can avoid the Raptors and the 76ers, obviously the Bucks, but we don't get the Bucks until the conference finals. But if my ideal scenario, I don't want the 76ers or the Raptors in the first or second round. I want to avoid those two because I think
I would rather avoid the fucking Pacers than the fucking Raptors, bro. For me, the Pacers are a better version of the Raptors because they just have more talent. They're set up just like the Raptors with more talent.
I disagree with the talent part. I think they might have a better system, but they don't have more talent.
Wait, what? I think the systems are similar.
Bro,
Like I can't
Lowry, Gasol, Siakam,
Okay, bro. Gasol is past his prime.
but he's a big player for them. Ibaka and Van Vliet plays like a fucking superstar for them. The man's averaging 20 points, and this is his first time not being a backup guard.
Bro, and I still say he was the spark for the Raptors.
And Nick Nurse is phenomenal.
I'm not disagreeing, but bro, let's not forget the Pacers are 22-14 without their best player.
No, I know.
Bro, the Pacers somehow only fell 1 seed position last year, and they didn't have their best player for 30 plus games.
Okay, so
So you can't use the
here's
coach.
something. Do you think that makes Oladipo an overrated piece then for them?
No,
Like how much is needed for them then?
No, I give that completely coaching. Like for the way I would compare it, so is Kawhi overrated because the Raptors are basically winning as many games as they did last year?
I've seen that argument a lot, and I think it's a fair argument because Siakam is having a similar season.
But in the
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it's a fair question.
okay, in the regular season, I would say both of those players are overrated. But there's a reason why you want superstars because in the
remember, this is the same
postseason,
question we were just asking about Russell Westbrook. Is Russell Westbrook overrated because Chris Paul is doing with the
Rhinos and
OKC?
Aliens, bro. Because unlike Kawhi and what Oladipo showed in the short postseason he had with the Pacers, the previous season, his first season, Russell Westbrook does not show up in the postseason. Or when he is
regular season only. I think with the way we've discussed,
but we're talking about
Westbrook-
postseason though. We're talking about postseason.
True.
Like I'm saying these players are overrated in the regular season, but that's not why these teams
You
have
think
them
like
for
you
the
can you can afford to lose them in the regular season, but you can't afford them to lose them in the postseason.
Correct.
Okay, that's a fair point.
But Westbrook, I remember you made the case. Most players they decline somewhat from regular season to postseason, right? But Westbrook drastically declines once he gets into the postseason.
Whereas Kawhi was the only player,
or LeBron.
Yeah.
How many straight years? 4
Yeah,
or 5.
I guess it was only. I said Kawhi only last year because LeBron didn't make the postseason. But in the postseason, Kawhi was the only one whose numbers all around improved.
Yeah.
Not only like scoring, but like efficiency.
No, yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
No, but that's why I'm saying Kawhi regular season he's overrated, but teams who get Kawhi, they're not getting him for the regular season. They're getting him for the postseason. True. And Oladipo, the one series he played against the Cavs with the Pacers his first year, he balled the fuck out against
They took him to 7 games.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, I feel like coaching matters most in the regular season, but the players matter more postseason.
Unless you're the Raptors with Dwayne Casey, because coaching completely fucked them in the postseason. It was all ISO, DeRozan ISO.
I agree, but I would also say if you gave Casey, Kawhi Leonard, I feel like they still would have at least made the conference finals that year.
Not if you would have given them the same Bucks team that had them down 0-2.
That's why I said conference finals. I'm not guaranteeing they win.
Because the Bucks up 2-0 against the Raptors, Dwayne
Dominant.
Casey would not have made the adjustments necessary to turn that series around and win 4 in a row. That was as much as Kawhi was good and anybody else you want to name. That series being turned around is 100% Nick Nurse, which is fucking crazy.
I wouldn't say 100%, but
99.99%.
I would bet my money it was mostly him.
Because he needed to have the adjustments set for the players to do what they do. The players are going to do what they do regardless, but if they're not in the right scheme, it just doesn't matter. Because you can have talent, but if you can't coach talent,
Yeah. I feel like everything is, for that situation, your 100% coaching mattered.
yeah.
I agree.
Which is why I want nothing to do with the Raptors. Period.
And I just want to put this out there because the Pelicans, at one point they lost like 13 straight. They've won 6 of the past 8.
Because ever since Lonzo came back to starting.
Bro.
Did you see Lonzo's last 5 games? Or last 4 games?
Well, wasn't his most recent game he had 7 3-pointers?
Bro, okay, so his first 2 games back as a starter, he put like 7 and 10 points. Mm-hmm. Every game after that,
It's been what?
over 20.
Yep, over 20, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. And I used to always say, like, people expected too much from him. Like, he's a great player. He's a great defender, rebounder, passer. He's not a 20-point per game guy. It's like he saw the podcast and he was like, bet.
I believe if Lonzo is in the right system and he stays healthy, I still defend that he can be a Steve Nash type of player.
Right, but Steve Nash wasn't a 20-point per game kind of guy.
No, he was.
Yeah?
He won 2 MVPs, averaging 20 plus points.
I don't think Lonzo is that guy. I think he's having a great stretch, but I don't think that's a maintainable career stat line for him.
People forget Steve Nash was not Steve Nash until he went to D'Antoni in Phoenix.
I guess we shall see. And the thing is, but the way I see it is, I would not be mad if he would never became a 20-point per game.
Oh, I'm not saying. I'm saying he when he was in college, he was the player that shot over 40% from beyond the arc. He hit 2 to 3 3-pointers a game, and he dished out 10 plus assists. That's the Steve Nash formula. And bro, don't forget his career with the Lakers. He was never the ball dominant player, and he was injured. I'm just saying.
Yo, just to get off topic for a second here, kind of switch conferences because you mentioned 3-pointers. Duncan Robinson for the Heat, bro, number 4 or 5 in 3-pointers made this year.
Holy shit.
He's making like 6 or 7 per game.
To go back to the West, LeBron James is leading his team in made 3-pointers over Danny Green.
What? Oh, yo, Danny Green is in a slump.
Bro,
I think that says more about Danny Green than it does about LeBron.
No, but Danny Green's always been that player.
Because I don't
even
think...
for the Raptors, even for the Spurs.
But I think that's not a good thing. Like, as good as it is, it's not a good thing for the Lakers to have LeBron be your best 3-point shooter. It just speaks volumes to what, the Lakers need.
And he's
shooters.
leading you in assists. He's second on the team in rebounds.
Assists and rebounds are expected.
Bro, when
if
you have
LeBron
Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis.
If LeBron is your best 3-point shooter, I think that's a problem, and they need to fix that.
Bro, his rebounding is a problem. Dude, you know how many... He's had, it's been over 10 games. He got more rebounds than Anthony Davis. That should not be happening.
I don't think they're trying to do that though. I think they're trying to do that. As in, they're not trying to have Anthony Davis fill up the stat sheet and rebounds. They just want him to score.
Bro, if I told you a team has LeBron James, McGee, Howard, and Davis,
and LeBron is
leading in rebounds,
But a lot of it is like where he's at on the court when it happens.
Now it's that.
No, it is though. It is though. At least this year, and I think and I think that's credit to the Lakers. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's credit to the Lakers being so good defensively that players are just like, look how fucking tall they are. Are we really gonna try to battle for a rebound, or do you think we should go set up on defense? Yeah, I think we should go set up on defense. Let them get the rebound. So LeBron, if you watch these highlights.
That's a good point.
Half of his rebounds are uncontested.
Like Luka.
Yeah. Like Luka's rebound. Exactly. And this is what we were talking about last time, I believe.
With Luka, yeah.
Yeah, like some of these stats are a bit inflated.
But the complete opposite inflated of Westbrook, where he's putting energy.
He's blocking out his own players to get them. Yeah. So I think you got to put an asterisk next to like LeBron and Luka's volume of rebounds because a lot of them are just uncontested. But again, that's not a knock to him or his team. That's actually credit to them just because the way they're built. People are just like, well, fuck it. Why would we try to out-rebound Howard, Davis, LeBron, and McGee when we could just set up on defense, which is, I think, what we should be doing.
My only thing to that is that I'm feeding into what you previously said about how he is doing more than he should. And when the ball's in your hand...
LeBron?
Yeah, when the ball's in your hand more than it needs to be. It might sound stupid, but when you're getting the ball at the other side of the court and running all the way down, rather than you get another teammate is getting the rebound and he passes to you at half court, those 3-4 extra steps every possession.
This is what I was saying about are the Lakers overachieving too much right now to prove a point, because I know LeBron's 35 and I know he's also a freak of nature. But is he gonna burn himself out before he gets to the finals? Because I think he's doing too much.
Because
you don't need to do this much. Look how far ahead. Well, you're like 3 games ahead of first, but you don't need to be first or second if you're this Lakers team. There's no need for it.
I believe they need to be whatever seed where they don't face the Clippers second round.
But at this point, that has more to do with the Clippers than does with the Lakers. The Lakers are first. You can't go higher than first. The Clippers, however, so it falls more on the Clippers. I'm not saying start losing games, Lakers, but I'm saying like you don't need to have all your guys all the time to play bad teams. Like, hey, because I'm not okay with resting, have LeBron and AD play the first round. I mean, the first.
No, I know what you're saying because the reason
the rest of the game so that you're not resting, but you're still resting.
No, I know what you're saying, and bro. They do that more than you think when they can.
Look at their record, bro. You can't say they can't. They should be able to do it way more than they're doing it, clearly.
They still want... Okay, so are we going to talk about these NBA changes that we never discussed last time?
All right, so the NBA is seriously discussing reseeding the 4 conference finalists. Love that. A 30-team in-season tournament.
Trash.
Postseason play-in games, mostly trash, and 78-game season. I like only if you get rid of the 30-team end season and the postseason playing games, and it's strictly just the only reason I like it. I was telling Francis
back-to-backs
because it reduces the number of back-to-backs.
I am only okay with 78-game seasons, and I'm still not okay with it if this 30-team in-season soccer tournament bullshit does not happen.
Yeah. It's stupid. The NBA is about the championship, not about in-season tournaments or whatever.
You don't like Harden, but he had a great video when this first posted like a month ago. When somebody asked him the question, he laughed and he said, I'm playing to win championships.
Yeah. And that's, I 100% agree. You're not playing to win $1 million. Some of the prices are like $1 million per player.
And then they might get an extra draft pick, which when you think about how that might actually work. So what's going on? Are you taking a draft pick from another team, or are you just adding an extra? So instead of 30 first-round draft picks, there's 31.
That's true. So is the team that loses losing their draft pick then?
Like what's going on?
Then why would anybody want to participate in that?
Exactly. And another thing, they're getting this information. They're getting the inspiration from soccer. I read a great stat that over 90% of the teams that win these in-season tournaments are not the teams that end up winning the end of the championship. Like the end of
the end goal.
the end goal, and all the teams that win the end goal are the famous Barcelonas and stuff, and they rarely win the in season tournament. So that right there alone should say something, that this in season tournament is only for the scrub teams.
Yeah.
Because
Because you out of them like postseason play-in games, right? So like you would have to win a certain mid-season tournament, and then you're like a wild card.
no
Bullshit.
but the postseason playing game has nothing to do with the in season tournament. That is just like the ninth
Like a wild card.
Yeah, but the ninth seed faces the eighth seed, and if somehow the ninth seed beats the eighth seed, then the ninth seed becomes the eighth seed.
Yeah, which is, I think it's stupid. No, you should not get a chance. If the eighth seed was a better eighth seed, then the eighth seed is the one who comes into the playoffs.
See, but this is what happens in those situations where the eighth seed has basically the same record as the ninth seed, but they only get the eighth seed because of a technicality.
That right there is your wild card. The technicality happened mid-season at some point when they played each other, and one team won.
Okay, as crazy as it might sound, I would rather have the postseason playing game than the 78-game season.
I would rather have the 78. Because, bro, the thing with the 82-game season, it's too long and it's too meaningless. Because basically, right now where we're at, halfway through the season, we're not even technically halfway in yet.
Not, yeah.
We already know more or less who's going to end up where, minus a few changes.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you said number 2 through 6 for the East can be whoever.
Right,
and
but more or less though. So if we go to 82, 3 might be 4, 5 might be 7, and if we win another 50 games, that might change again back to what it is. So you can go on infinitely, and those seedings would probably just change back and forth. So my point is, let's just go 78 games. Fuck it, let's go 72 games and fucking figure it out there. Now, my favorite thing about this is the reseeding in the 4 conference finalists. Fuck yeah, regardless of conference, is the cool thing about that.
Yeah, so hypothetically,
You can have Lakers and Clippers as your finals.
yeah. Well, or like the way that's explained, whatever seed, like so let's say somehow the 8th seed makes it to the conference finals. Now, they would have the road record, and they would play whoever the best team is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's fucking cool.
I think that's so cool.
Because
Then you're actually getting the better teams playing against the better teams, not just teams that got lucky regardless because they were in the weaker conference.
No, but think about it. The one year, the conference finals with Rockets and Warriors, that would have been the championship.
That's what I'm saying. And we got robbed of that, and instead we got what, Warriors Cavs?
Yeah.
Not that wasn't good, but the Cavs really ran through the East because it was weak. And again, not taking credit from the Cavs because you play who's in front of you. But if you talk about who's more deserving to get like the road to the finals,
Yeah.
let's have the better teams duke it out. And then maybe Cavs don't make it to the finals if they had to play a reseeded Western Conference
Or
team.
not only that, maybe the Cavs would have taken the regular season more serious to have a better record.
Yeah.
Because
It's just good all around.
Because if this passes, now you're not only fighting for the number 1 seed in your conference, you're fighting for the league.
Yeah, because now, you can no longer come out of a quote unquote weak conference.
Yeah.
And people give you bullshit. No, regardless of what conference you came out of, you played all the best teams available to you.
No, but
Regardless of conference.
it's a good way to, like, I know the counter argument is like if you're a great team in a shitty conference, you're still gonna get the number 1 seed.
Yeah, but by the end, when you get to the conference finalists, then you're gonna have to be playing.
Theoretically, you might have to play 2 Western Conference teams rather than just 1.
Which is a huge test, and not only if it's for the East versus the West, but just in general, you're going to be playing the better teams.
Well, just imagine if that Cavs team had to play the Warriors and another Western Conference team to win the.
That's what I'm saying. So that Cavs team might have potentially had to play a Rockets team,
And then they wouldn't never even made it to the finals.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Imagine, and maybe they still do, but imagine if they don't.
No, but if they still do, they're a lot more depleted than going up against whatever Eastern Conference team,
And they
which
get
could have been the difference.
And if they beat the Warriors at that point, then you're like, yo, you beat the Rockets and
Okay,
The
so
Warriors.
you deserve that. It wasn't just luck
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the
It's like
Warriors.
it wasn't like you just came out of the weak East and you
Yeah.
had super bunch of rest.
And then you had one lucky series against a better team.
yeah.
I agree, man. Yo, personally, the ultimate goal is I want 16 seeding, but for now,
Regardless of conference?
Yes.
Yeah. That would be ideal. The only problem with that is the travel.
yeah,
And you would also, and you have to play everybody evenly, which you either have to reduce the season dramatically or increase it, and you can't increase it.
no, oh hell no.
And I'm so for a shorter season.
Well, I would be down for a shorter season if it was specifically for the 16 seed thing,
Yeah.
to where it became equal.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with 78, just to reduce the number of back-to-backs, it's not that big of. It's 4 games. That's a week. Most teams play 3-4 games in a week. That's a
Yeah.
week of NBA less, and you're gonna get more competitive basketball because teams suck on the second night of a back-to-back.
And theoretically, you could play every game and still play 4 less games.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a history person, bro. When you take
NBA purist.
well, it's not necessarily a purist. Like the one thing I hate about football is that even when you change the eras, like basically every 2 decades they've added more games, so it completely skews the stats when you look back in history.
Oh, like yeah. That I saw that point somewhere online. I thought that was a good point. And
And
if you do that, then you gotta readjust. Like, throughout history, blah blah.
You
Well,
can't
no,
do
'cause
totals anymore. You would literally have to go by per game because the totals, if they reduce it, nobody's ever going to catch up to Kareem. He has 38,000 points. Even if you reduce 4 games per year over 10 years, that's 40 games. That's half a season. And that might not seem like a lot, but if you're a LeBron James, you need every game to catch those points.
Yeah.
Or
That's
those
a good point. I didn't even think about it that way.
That's the only reason why I've been so. It has nothing to do with like the scheduling or anything. It's just specifically stats.
That's a good point,
And
and
the-
I like that point.
And the NBA more than any other sport.
It's so much about stats.
Yes.
Okay, here's one thing that, regardless of me agreeing with that, I've thought about and I think would be so cool. Just like in baseball, first round, make it shorter. Fuck it. Why do we need 7 games?
You know the NBA used to be like that, right?
Yeah?
I believe at least the first round, and I believe the first 2 rounds were only 5.
How long ago?
As
Like before the merger?
Oh no, after the merger. Like,
Yeah?
they were doing this in the 80s and 90s.
Shit, eh? Well, go back to that. I'm so down for that.
Yeah.
Why do we need the Bucks versus the Magic
That's
for 4 games? Fuck it. You know in the first 2 games who's going to be before the series starts who's the better team.
By the way, bro, if you ever notice when they post postseason stats like LeBron James's second and 3-point shots, that's just not because of error. That's because every playoff series he's played 7 games compared to other players who only had 5. So if you look at a lot of the postseason stats, rebounds, points, assists, basically everybody is 2,000 and up. There's a reason. I believe the 5-game thing was as recently as the early 2000s.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. I'd be totally cool with going back to that then. Because there's absolutely no need for the number 1 seed to play the 8th seed for that long. And if they're evenly matched up, then fuck it. You're still gonna
No, it's still the best out of it's still
best of 5. Yeah.
Well, but the NBA did it for money reasons.
Well, obviously, more
you-
games, more money.
If you
but-
notice, every sport as the popularity increases, they increase games played one way or another.
yeah.
The
Well, I mean-
NBA did it to the postseason. NFL did it to the regular season.
No, that makes sense for money, but whatever. Fuck it. It's entertainment. So I think you lose one way, but you earn another way. If you have a shorter season, the games mean more, and people might tune in more. Same with playoffs. If you're reseeding the 4 finalists, the conference finalists, you're gonna get a lot more people watching the conference finals because you're playing the better teams. Not just
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Poo poo.
Poo-poo. Now, your dislike for Kawhi is because he's on the Clippers, right? Because if he was on the Lakers, obviously, why not?
Well, honestly, now I'm really starting to hate Kawhi because of this load management.
Would you be mad if he was on the Lakers load managing and they were up this much?
I feel like if he was on the Lakers, they wouldn't be as deep, so they wouldn't have a better record.
You don't think they'd be as deep?
Hell no, bro. The only reason why they got as deep as they did is because they didn't have to pay Kawhi. Kawhi got, what was it, 100+ million for just
140?
140 for just 3 years.
Plus, they were already deep. That's the thing about the Clippers.
Yes.
Were made for a superstar to join and then be
The
ready.
Lakers were not.
No, nah, fuck. The Lakers were fucking.
That's
Bro,
why they've been so
I
impressive.
told you, right? Like, I have a $100 bet with one of my clients that the Lakers wouldn't finish top 2. And that's mostly because I made the bet before the season started.
Yeah, you might lose your money now.
I had the LeBron and AD missing games because of injury. And most importantly, why am I blinking as soon as I said that?
Load management?
No. Because that team was put together last minute. It was like, fuck, who can we scrap up to make a
And
team?
they're playing better
roster?
team ball than the Clippers.
There's just, I don't understand how it happened. Now, I'm still hoping, and I say hopingly, regrettably, because I don't want to wish injuries on anybody, but I'm still banking, I should say this is the better word, on LeBron and AD missing some games, which I think will cost them some games.
How tight would you be that you lost a bet because the Lakers performed the way you thought the Clippers would, and then vice versa?
I wouldn't be as tight, and this is my only exception. If the Heat make the finals, I don't give a fuck what the Lakers finish as. Then I'm happy regardless.
By the way, Lakers Heat would be a good
finals?
Well, not in terms of name brand. That would be, the NBA would love that.
Yeah.
Freaking LA, Miami.
Yes. What's his name? Stephen A. was saying, can we please get that just for the fact that in June he would have to go from LA to Miami. LA to Miami. He's like, I would love that. Well, yes, LA and then Miami. Yeah, if you're talking just location based,
of course he would say that.
What would better cities to have to go to in June than Miami and LA?
Yeah, bro. That's just.
Plus, I think it'd be a cool series, anyways. Fuck it, LeBron versus his former team.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
And dude, don't forget Pat Riley used to be the coach for the Lakers.
Oh, that would be like all around amazing.
You know why Pat Riley is part own, like the reason why he's with the Heat and not the Lakers? Because the Heat were willing to give him part ownership. The Lakers were not. Yo, people forget, like, is Kawhi won the championship last year. He had the luckiest bounce in NBA postseason history. And then 2 superstars went down for the Warriors.
We don't need that. We don't got the Warriors in our conference. You know what we do have? The number 2 3-point percentage in the league and the number 2 3-point defense in the league.
Oh, you know who's number 1?
The Lakers?
Yeah.
In both?
Well, not 3-point, but defense.
Defense? Oh, okay.
Which I'm proud of, because who would have ever thought that LeBron James in his 17th season would be leading the number 1 defense?
That's crazy.
Yo, he's actually playing defense this year.
I'm telling you, bro, LeBron is a fucking athlete, a freak athlete.
Oh, yo, we've never seen... Dude, he's in his 17th year, projected to play in 78+ games. Let that shit sink in. 17th. But this is the crazy part. He's in his 17th year, and he looks better than some players in their 7th year.
Yep. And man's a freak.
Dude,
how is he not getting drug tested at his age? I want to see that report. LeBron James had another triple-double, and he got drug tested after the game.
No, but seriously, do you think he's 100% clean?
Yes.
Is it possible for somebody to be that gifted?
But yes, because I only think
naturally.
Yes, because I think only because it's a once-in-a-generation thing.
Okay.
Right? Like, if this was like...
Because even
if
Jordan
you had, like,
was...
multiple players every decade doing this, then you'd be like, they're clearly juicing. But if it's like one guy every 30 years, you're like, is this the second coming? Is this it? Is this Jesus?
Black Jesus.
Is this Black LeBron Jesus?
Now, LeBron should be calling himself Jesus, bro, not Jesus.
You know what? King is good. King is good. Not because I'm not religious, but just
Jesus
because it's
is
like,
king.
That's what I'm saying. But like, just the king is just like, you're the king, bro. And the thing is, what's cool about that is everyone just acknowledges it now. It's no longer like,
yo, can you imagine if LeBron was an MMA fighter? Like, if he, for whatever reason...
This is what I'm saying. He's a freak athlete. This man could play football and would probably be one of the better ones.
Yeah, he would have been he used to play tight end in high school.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he played professional, right now, he'd probably still be really, really good. Like, he would probably be a key piece on a contending team.
He would.
Probably the only sport that this man would not be good at is probably soccer. Unless you make him goalie.
But I would make the case if he trained from the get-go.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like right now, if he switched it to any other sport.
Well, soccer's the hardest. Soccer's underrated, man.
Just because, no, and everybody's so short and you have to be so agile with your feet. I just think he'd be a great goalie.
With
Just
that
because of his
wingspan?
length? Yeah. And just how fast and
Hey,
agile
can
he
you
is.
imagine that diesel motherfucker staring you down when you're trying to get the goal?
Imagine a penalty. The guy would cover like half the fucking net. You're just like, where do I don't know. It really is a fucking game of luck at that point. Yeah, good luck.
Yo, he would be the highest paid goalie ever.
It would be the most popular. Can you imagine in soccer the most popular player being a goalie? It's like, who are the top 3 players? It's like, oh, Messi, Ronaldo, and LeBron.
Yo,
one's
could you imagine a
one's a
goalie
forward,
looking
one's
like
a
LeBron?
midfielder, and the other one's a goalie. What?
No, but what if a human being like LeBron James, his dream was to be a goalie?
Yo, why does that not happen more often though? Are there not goalies out there who are like LeBron's height?
But
There must be.
not with his build.
That would be amazing. I guess it's because they're not running up and down like LeBron. So you're not in shape when you're not in as much shape as a goalie as you are with the other players, I'm assuming.
But LeBron James is in shape.
No. I'm saying in general,
Oh, okay.
goalies would never be in the shape that all the other players on the team would be.
But LeBron James is the type of player that he would be in shape off the court or off field.
Who knows? If his dream was to be a goalie, he might not have put in the work because the reason I think he's so in shape because he knows for the role he plays, he needs to be.
I feel like LeBron James, he would be in he would be in the best shape he can be for whatever sport it was.
Right, but I don't think the shape he's in now would be a shape he needs to be in to be a goalie. But it would be phenomenal if he were.
Yes.
Because they would just be like, what the fuck?
I'm just saying
I
it
can
would-
just imagine LeBron saving it and then running up and down the field, and scoring a goal, and then running back into the goalie.
I just now thinking about it, I would want to see a man like him be a fucking goalie for a Barcelona or somebody.
LeBron, make it happen.
And yo, in soccer, there's no cap. There's no salary
When you
cap.
retire from the NBA, play a season for Team America, Team USA.
He doesn't have the personality, but I would want him to go in the UFC, bro. He would freaking, bro, he would dominate. He's 6'8", bro, super heavyweight, just like, oh.
Yeah, who would he even do to that guy? He'd probably take a punch and not get knocked out.
But this is the thing. If a LeBron James type of person trained from the age of 6 to go into the UFC, that's scary. Like, just imagine LeBron James, what he did for basketball. He just did that for the UFC.
Any sport.
Dude. But see, the reason why I don't say football, because football is so injury prone. Like, a freak accident. Technically, the UFC is the same way, but you can still control.
Yeah.
You have more control. And it's just like, dude, oh, man. Okay, you got anything else to say?
Go Heat. Woo! 17-1 at home. I think we give that enough credit. We're basically undefeated at home. That's no big deal. The only loss. Go ahead.
Who is it, bro? Who beat your Heat team at home?
The refs. I'm just saying, it was the Lakers.
Thank you.
But even then, we played them close. We played them close.
You did.
We could have won that game. We could have had the chance. Anyways, it was a good game. It was a good game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
And babies.
Yo, once again, we did not fucking introduce ourselves.
Oh, fuck you. You don't need to know who we are.
That's a good point.
Right?
Joe Rogan doesn't introduce himself.
Because you know what? Because people know who Joe Rogan is. Right, Mark?
Okay, Stan.
All right, fine. Whatever. I'm
Yo.
Sebastian. That's Francis.
Yo, did you ever see that one film where he talks weird?
Joe Rogan?
No. It's the film with James Franco, and it's a film about a film. The Disaster Artist.
I never saw that.
Bro is like, I forgot what name he said. He's like, I don't fucking, bro.
He's making up a name?
No, but it's like it's based off of a film, and the guy is a terrible actor, and like he goes into a cafe, And like the entire film, like he's just randomly saying, "Oh hi," and he says it in this weird Norwegian accent, like German accent.
For what purpose?
No purpose. Like that's the point of the movie. Like it's a movie about a person who made a movie so bad that it's so hilarious. James Franco wanted to make his own interpretation of
So it was based on a real movie?
a real movie, a real person.
Oh, now I want to watch it.
And when you said hi, whatever you called me, it made me think
Mark?
about. Yeah, hi Mark.
Yeah.
It made me think about that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. All right. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, and babies and cats.
Thank you guys for joining the.
I feel like cats would watch our shit. Like not dogs, but cats would.
Is this because you got cats?
Yeah, because my cat watches TV sometimes. So I feel like if you put it on, he'd probably be like, like just watching it.
Good to know. We probably have more cats watching than humans.
Meow. That's for my cats out there. They know what's up. They know what's up. They know what's up.
If you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.